Good morning. My name is Todd, and I will be your chairperson for today's Dharma School service. Are there any visitors or new students and families here this morning? If so, welcome to our temple. Could those of you sitting near them help to find the proper pages for the sutras, gathas, and readings? Thank you. First, we'll have Sambujo on page 24 in the Big Book, followed by sutra chanting Juseige on page 23 in the Little Book, or page 93 in the Big Book. Now please rise for Gatha when we see the golden sun on page 101 in the small service book, followed by golden chain, which is located on page 2 in the little book, or page 15 in the big book, under golden chain 1.
When we see the golden sun shining from above, we are mindful of the Buddha's love. For us all his pure compassion sheds its steadfast glow. By his doctrine, wisdom's way to show. When we see the silver moon gleaming in the sky, we remember still our Lord is nigh. By his blessed law to guide us through this earthly night, out of
golden chain. I am a link in Amida's golden chain of love that stretches around the world. I will keep my link bright and strong. I will be kind and gentle to every living thing and protect all who are weaker than myself. I will think pure and beautiful thoughts, say pure and beautiful words, and do pure and beautiful deeds. May every link in Amida's golden chain of love be bright and strong, and may we all attain perfect peace. Namo Amida Butsu.
Namo Amida Butsu.
Namo Amida Butsu.
Namo Amida Butsu.
Namo Amida
Namo
Butsu.
Amida Butsu. Namo.
Now we will have a Dharma lesson by Rinban Sakamoto.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Good to see you here in the Hondo, and those of you who are joining us from home, welcome. I want to first of all wish you all a belated May the 4th. Those of you who are, May the 4th be with you, of course. And what? It's your, really? Ah, how lucky. Born on May the 4th. Well, for those of you who are fans, yeah, happy May the 4th. I received a list of questions. Is Kimi here? No? It was from her class that these questions came from. And so I'm going to answer maybe a couple of these questions. I think the easiest one is, how tall is Rinban? I'm this tall. I used to be taller. I'm starting to shrink. Yeah, so I used to be 5'11". Maybe that was just my wishful thinking, but I'm fairly certain that I was around 5'11". And then I'm now more like 5'10", 5'9" and a half. Yeah, so my stature is diminishing over time. So that's how tall I am, around that tall. How long have you been Rinban? So I haven't been, well, I've been Rinban since 1940. No, since 2018. So about, what is this? This is 2024, 2023. About 5 years, a little over 5 years. But I've been at this temple since a long time ago in a galaxy far away. No, I was, I've been here since 1986. So maybe more than half of the people here. Oh, that's a little scary. So I was hopefully in that time had become kind of flying low, become a part of the furniture, and that, oh, he's a nice person, nice to see him here. But it's been, since 1986. When we arrived, we had a golden retriever when we arrived. His name, he was a golden retriever named Blue. We thought that would be kind of fun. And Blue is I think of a name of a kind of a dog from the Old South, right? And often that image of a dog named Blue. So, yeah. There was a song, Bojangles. Do you know the song Bojangles? Anybody? Yeah. Did he have a dog named Blue? I can't remember. But our golden retriever, named Blue, and we arrived with, I think, several cats as well. So there was, I'm going to get in trouble with my family because I don't remember all their names, all their cat names. But, yeah, so we arrived with Blue and our pets and and so one of the questions in this is how many children do we have? So I have 3 daughters. 2 daughters are here, and 1 daughter is in Hawaii. And we have 2 grandchildren, and they're in college now. Yikes. So as young as I look, I'm really getting old and shrinking at the same time. The hardships. Okay, so this tall, been here since 1986, have 3 children. This was an interesting question. If you weren't Rinban, what job would you have? Yeah, that's a very broad kind of question. What job? So if I wasn't Rinban, it could mean 2 things, right? If I wasn't Rinban and I continued to serve as a minister, what would my job be, right? If I continued to serve as a minister. I would be, at a temple maybe, or I continue to serve here at the Betsuing as I have, since '86. So not much change. But I think maybe this question was more about if I wasn't a minister, what would I be? And I was thinking about this question. When I started university, I started out as an engineer student. So it was kind of a direction that I wanted to go in. Of course, at that time, every Asian student in college was an engineer, was an engineer. Every male Asian that went into college was an engineer. So I kind of followed that path and thought, I go into engineering. But I went through different changes and eventually ended up studying the ministry. But I also, from very young age, this was maybe elementary school, so 5th, 6th grade, I had a real interest in architecture. So that was one of the things that I kind of was aiming at. I used to draw, I remember in 5th grade, I used to draw these orthopedic, now they're not orthopedic, what do they call? Anybody orthoscopic, no, ortho something, ortho projected. So you're looking at me like, what is he talking about? So orthographic. Does that sound right? Orthographic, huh? Oh, we have an architect. No, an engineer. So what is it called? Isometric. Isometric, and I think orthographic is also correct. No, not right? Orthodontic? Isometric. So you draw a horizon, and then you from the horizon you draw these lines that would give you a kind of a vertical, and then it'll give you a perspective drawing of, say, a building. You could use those lines to create a 3-dimensional image of anything. Round is kind of hard, but still round would be possible. But you could draw a block using these guides. I used to do that. I remember in elementary school, and isometric was when you would draw a figure. Was that what it is? You draw a figure, you do a quadrant, and then you draw the lines out this way, extend out. That would give you different views of that object. So if it was a square, you'd extend the lines. And then you draw the lines, okay? Yeah. So I used to enjoy doing those things. And I think if I were not doing this, I may be somewhere in that field, engineering, architecture, that kind of area of work. But I would not be as happy as I am doing this work, huh? Yeah, so that's one of the questions. So maybe architecture would be something that I would enjoy, find myself doing. I still get to do some of that though. When we're doing this project across the street and over here, the annex renovation, and our project over here many, many years ago when we built the new office building, got to kind of play with the ideas. When we did the Hondo renovation, we had to go through a lot of decisions, and I was most helpful in trying to determine color, what color should things be? And I was willing to give my suggestions, but nobody paid attention. But, so this position, this work allows me to do a lot of these kinds of things that I have an interest in, whether it's in computers or looking at design things in architecture, but having an opportunity to be involved in those kinds of things. So I think this is the best job ever. And you should consider this too. So, yeah. Okay, so those are 3 questions. I have a long list of questions, and we'll come back to this question again at some time. Thank you very much, everyone. Hi, thank you.
Thank you, Rinban Sakamoto. Please now rise for Gatha, farewell, on page 45 in the Little Service Book, followed by the promise located on page 5 in the Little Book, or page 15 in the Big Book.
Dharma school is over for another day. Let us gather round the shrine, bow our heads and say, thank you, teacher, for your help. Thank you, everyone. Buddha's love will keep us safe till our work is done. So we'll meet again next week. Won't you take good care? Let us try to do what's right, always kind and fair. We shall spread the happiness faith in Buddha brings. Now it's time to say goodbye till we meet again. Namu Amida Butsu, sing this fine refrain. Namu Amida Butsu, sunny day or rain. Namu Amida Butsu, strong in faith remain. Namu Amida Butsu, till we meet again.
The promise. We thank the Buddha for showing us the way of freedom. We will endeavor to walk in his noble path every day of our lives. Namo Amida Butsu.
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 Thank you to Rinban Sakamoto, Reverend Mikame, Mr. Akizuki, Mrs. Tanabe, Organist Miss Tsuchimoto, and AV Tech Mr. Kitagawa. Are there any announcements?
Good morning, Patty Canetta here. Big thank you to all the people that helped out with the FDSDL, people that showed up Friday night, people that showed up Saturday night, people that brought food, people that supported us. It was kind of scary. San Jose had a pretty low sign-up list, so when people showed up with dishes and help, really, it was like the cavalry coming in. Thank you so much. We really appreciate that. Second announcement, Obona's coming up. I know I don't like to think about it either, but we need some new chochin. Those are the paper lanterns. So I'm going to offer up about 15 chochin and ask for a $25 donation towards the building fund. Why am I only asking 15? We don't need probably more than 15. And why am I asking for a $25 donation? I'd like to see that building before I pass away. And also, I have given out hundreds of those paper lanterns, and I have probably seen back 75% of them. That means that there are dozens out there. I'm no longer the free paper lantern store. So what I'm going to ask, and I'm only announcing it in service, it's not going to go to the Dharma. It is not going to a DS PO email or a class email. So if you're in service and you hear this, you have the opportunity to decorate a lantern. Have your parents send your email to me, and we'll take the top 15 people. And then it's cut off, okay, for a $25 donation. Okay, thank you. Good job.
Hello, I'm Jaden Kanazawa from Boy Scout Troop 611, and our Boy Scout troop is going on a Hawaii trek this summer, and we have a Panda Express fundraiser tomorrow, May 6th. It is takeout orders only, or online orders, and there's a flyer in the back with the code, or the code number is 922159. So thank you for your support. And the second announcement is Boy Scout will be having an info booth this Obon towards the game center, and you can, if you're interested in joining Boy Scout, you can check it out. We'll have many demonstrations on what Boy Scout life is like, and we will also help just convince people to join Boy Scouts, so please check it out. Thank you.
Morning. Happy Boys Day. I think it used to be on May 5th. Let's see. Yeah, Rinban's so old. When he first came here in 1986, my wife Lynn and I were one of the first ones he married in this temple in 1987. So that makes me really, really old too. I actually had on a Mandalorian Aloha shirt today with Grogu on it, but I thought that was too dorky to talk about. So I didn't wear it, and I wore instead a normal shirt. I guess I should have worn my Grogu shirt. So anyway, coming up on May 19th, as I've mentioned, I think a couple times, and I wrote about in the Dharma newsletter this past month, is we're having a CD, a Coast District Gotane service. And so that's going to consist of an infant presentation at 8:30 in the morning, and then we will have a service at 10:30. Bishop Harada is going to be here. All the Coast District temples are going to have representatives here and families here. But as part of this, we're going to have this thing called a Chigo Parade, which I kind of tried to write about in the Dharma. I just ripped it off from the Centennial booklet, if you're wondering where that came from. But we have Moshel Kadokura and Linda Onishi are manning a table out front, and they are taking sign-ups. This is we need to get the sign-ups finished so we know how many children are going to participate. So if you're wondering what that's about, you can read about it in the Dharma newsletter. If you have nothing to do, you can read my little article. There's a really bad picture of me in there too. So I was a Chigo back in, I think, the early 60s, and I don't know why we had a Chigo parade that year, because it wasn't like a 50th anniversary or something of the temple. And then there's a second picture from the Chigo parade that was done from the 100th anniversary back in 2002. And so there's several girls in there, and actually my son is tucked away in the corner. I snuck that in there, but anyway, so hopefully you can, if you're willing to participate, please sign up with them. And then this is way in the future, but on June 9th, we're going to have our second One Sangha event. And so just be on the lookout for that. The free lunch this time is going to feature fried rice and Japanese curry and rice. So anyway, and that's the last day of Dharma school, by the way. So thank you.
Larry, I actually know why that Chigo parade. That was probably the visit by the Gomonshu.
That's what I thought,
Yeah.
but I don't know why he was here.
He was doing a tour of BCA at that time. So if you haven't seen Chigo Parade, there are videos of it. It's actually a once in a lifetime event. I have never done Chigo. So my daughter has, but my son hasn't. And we've been in the temples for a very, very long time. So that gives you an idea of how special the event is. So second or third, what Larry said, definitely if you have an opportunity, and if your child is in that age range, definitely go for it. One other thing, this year is the 125th anniversary of the BCA, and if you see the wagesas that the ministers, Reverend Mikame and Reverend Rinban was wearing, these are the these originally started out as the FDSDL, the Federation Dharma Schools Teachers League commemorative wagesas. These are also now the BCA's 125th commemorative anniversary wagesas. Now, we are going to start taking orders for them, and so look forward to seeing in your email the order form for the kids and for the adults. I believe the children versions are 35. Don't quote me on the price. I think it's 35 and like 45 for adults. They're pretty long. They're standard sizes for the Monto Shikishos and for the children's side. So look forward to seeing an order form in your email. Okay, thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Okay, my usual announcement, which I wasn't able to do because we haven't been here for the last couple of weekends. So we have our soul line dancing class, okay? It's today, and unfortunately, our instructor isn't going to be here, but I'm here. So with Lori Santos' help, and we're going to be doing the soul line dancing class. So appreciate everybody's help and support by coming, and it's at 11:30 in the gym, and so hopefully you can come. It's a lot of fun, and you know, you could help me by coming and supporting me. Okay, now next one is going back to Earth Day. We had Earth Day art contest, and we had some entries, and it wasn't as many as we would have liked, but the ones that came in were so amazing, okay? I mean, it was great to see them. And so I'm here to tell you the winners, and everyone was a winner, okay? And so we were able to give out prizes to everybody, and so I'm just gonna go ahead and if your name gets called, I'd like you to come up and receive your prize and certificate, okay? So we'll start off with category 1, which was pre-K to 2nd and 3rd grade, okay? So 3rd place was Ethan Tsuchimoto. Ethan had a drawing that he made, and so it was very nice, okay? Oh, okay, all right, just stay right here, okay? All right. Now, 2nd place was the Dharma School kindergarten class, and they made a train out of boxes and reusable items. So, Arlene, can you come up and... Stay there. Okay. All right, 1st place. And I had nothing to do with this. I wasn't one of the judges, but it's my second and third grade class, okay? So, and it was a reusable box. They decoupaged a shoebox with old gift wrap, and so that's what they did. So, is Kimiko here? No. Anybody in my class here? I see somebody. Come on. Come on. Tyson, come on. Get up here. Connor, come on up here. Okay. All right. Now we go to category 2, which was 4th through 6th grade. We only had one entry, but they got the biggest award, right? So that's 5th and 6th grade Dharma school class. And so come on up. Patty. And they did a elephant piñata, a white elephant piñata. I'm sure it was out of cardboard and used paper mache tissue. Okay, and then category 3. We had only one entry, but she did an amazing job. And this is the 7th grade through high school category. So it's Alyssa Nagatani. She did gift cards out of paper bags, I think, and reused material. Very pretty, very nice. Okay, and amazing, the adults had the most people. And so we had two third place winners, okay? And the first one is Natalie Okuhara. I don't know if she's here, but I'm just gonna announce her name. She had either a vest or jacket, I can't remember what she said, and she repurposed it into a purse, and she made a purse, so it was really nice. And then the other third place winner is my husband, Steve Ichinaga. And he made a vest out of the packing foam package or whatever you can call it, and he made a vest out of it. So that was his thing. And second place is Patty Canetta. Patty made a fan, like a uchiwa, I guess. It's with Bodhi leaves, a Bodhi leaf design, and out of tea bag, paper tea bag coverings, okay? So that was her art project. Okay, and then the number one, first place was Arlene Maury, and she had made a planter out of Spam cans. Congratulations. Okay, so those are all the winners. Come up here. Can someone take a picture and then send it to me? Larry, do you have a camera? Somebody have a camera? No? Okay, May. Okay, come on up here. No. Okay, I'll go right here. Okay, that's it. Thank you very much. And hopefully next year we'll get more. Okay, all right, thanks. Okay.
Before everyone leaves the temple, please straighten all their books for the next service. Those of you who are interested are welcome to attend the adult English service following this service, or you are welcome to stop by the open door cafe tent outside in front of the garden. For your safety, please obey the crossing guards and look both ways before crossing the street. Thank you for attending, and this concludes today's service.
Good morning. I'm Larry Handa, and I'll be your chairperson for today's service. And as a reminder, turn off your cell phones, no food and drink. But I don't ever see anybody with food or drink in here. But anyway, is there anyone new who's never been here before attending? Yes. I don't know. Would you care to introduce yourself? You don't have to, but if you'd like to.
Hi, my name is Hannah. I just moved to San Jose last week. I moved from Berkeley and I went to the temple there, or the church there a few times. Yeah, I'm looking for a community I can speak Japanese with. I grew up in the Bay Area. I went to the San Francisco Japanese school. So yeah, looking to meet everyone and participate with today's world.
Well, welcome. We actually have one service a month in Japanese. I think it's the second Sunday? Next week. Okay, so on those second Sundays, we have a 9:30 Dharma School service for the Dharma School children. We have this adult service at 10:10, and then following the adult service, we have a Japanese service. And you're welcome to come to any or all of those. So for some of us who had kids who went through Dharma school here, some of us still come to the Dharma school service and also attend the adult service. I actually like the Dharma school service better, but I grew up in the temple, so I'm used to the rhythm of that more than anything else. But yeah, we have the Japanese service at second Sunday of the month. Well, welcome. Okay, so yes. Oh, I didn't see the hand. I'm sorry. Yes.
My name is Jason. We just moved to San Jose from Chicago, and we lived in Japan for many years before, so we're always interested to find a community.
Oh, no, well, welcome. Wow, Chicago. So, yes, the weather here is quite different from Chicago.
We like it.
What part of Japan did you live in?
We lived in Tokyo.
Oh, yeah, hot summers. Yes, no, much better here. There's a reason why it costs so much. You pay for the weather here. So, well, no, great. Well, welcome, and hopefully you'll like this community. Outside of me, everybody here is very friendly. So.
And this is Jason.
Oh, yes, she mentioned that. And Jason doesn't want to talk, it sounds like. Okay, well, thank you. Okay, so we'll begin today's service. So for those of you who are new, we have a couple different service books in front of you. So the smaller one is called the Small Dharma School book, and the larger one is the large one. So anyway, when I refer to the pages, I'll refer to different ones. So we'll start today's service with Sambujo, which is on page 24 of the larger service book. That has the funny plastic thingy around it. And then we will follow that by sutra chanting Sanbutsuge, which is on page 22 in the smaller Dharma School service book, and it's on page 79 in the large service book. After sutra chanting, then we'll be singing a Gatha, but I'll come back and announce that later. Thank you.
Swa
Okay, would you all please rise for Gatha, the Texture of Life, which is on page 94. Again, it's in the small Dharma School service book. And then right after that, we will have the recitation of the three treasures, which is also in the small Dharma School service book on page 3.
The texture of the light to be weave in colors are on, and in the realm of destiny we reap as we have sown. We make ourselves a joys and tears with which shall come in life is made, and feel alone the future spheres with sunshine will always shade. We live our present lives again with memory more coldly dim. The pictures of the past remain, His work shall follow Him. Okay, so please remain standing for reading the three treasures, which is located on the page 3 on the smaller sutra book. So when you read the part of the leader and sangha part, there is a line in the third line from the second from the bottom. In the spirit of the universal brotherhood, please replace the brotherhood with the oneness when you read. So you're gonna read like this: in the spirit of universal oneness. Okay. Please show me in Kansho. Three treasures. Hard is it to be born into human life? Now we are living it. Difficult is it to hear the teachings of the Blessed One? Now we hear it. If we do not deliver ourselves in the present life, no hope is there that we shall we free from suffering and sorrow in the ocean of birth and death. Let us reverently take refuge in the three treasures and truth. I take refuge in Buddha. May we all together absorb into ourselves the principle of weight enlightenment and awaken ourselves our spring will. I take refuge in Dharma. May we all together be submerged in the depth of our doctrine and gaze wisdom is deep in the ocean. I take refuge in Sangha. May we all together become units in a true accord, your light-hearted harmony, in a spirit of universal oneness, free from the bondage for selfishness. Even through ages of myriads of kalpas, hard is it to hear such an extreme, profound, and wonderful doctrine. Now we are able to hear and receive it. Let us solely understand the true meaning of the Tathagata's teaching. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Okay, thank you. Please be seated.
Now we'll have a Dharma talk from Minister's Assistant Dennis Akizuki.
Please join me in Gassho on reciting the Sanbutsuge. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Good morning. Welcome to all of you who are here in the Hondo or watching at home. We're glad you can join us. If I cough, please excuse me. I have asthma, and sometimes the incense kind of triggers some coughing, and that's the case this morning. So, as mentioned, I'm a minister's assistant. So for those of you who are new, I'm not a minister. I'm an assistant to the ministers. So I assist them. And as part of that, I'm kind of required to come up and talk. But and it's hard for me to come up with topics sometimes. So I realized on Friday, oh, it's my turn this Sunday. So I was kind of like in a panic. And so I was doing all this reading, and what can I talk about? So I came up with this. I have a question for you. Has somebody from another Buddhist tradition ever asked you this question? What is your practice? Anybody been asked this question? Yes, what is your practice? So what do we mean by practice, right? Practice has a lot of different meanings, right? If you look at the Merriam-Webster dictionary, these are the definitions of practice. 1A, carry out, apply, as in practice what you preach. 1B, to do or perform often, customarily or habitually, as in practice politeness. 1C, to be professionally engaged in, as in practice medicine. There's also 2A, to perform or work at repeatedly so as to become proficient. Practice the act. 2B, to be trained by repeated exercise. Practice pupils and penmanship. So maybe in the Buddhist practice would be maybe 1B, to do or perform often, customarily or habitually, or maybe 2B, to train by repeated exercises. Now, the goal of Buddhism is, to see things as they are, to become enlightened and to reach nirvana. There are a lot of practices to reach enlightenment, right? Some Buddhists chant, others meditate, others may really very strongly follow the 5 precepts. 5 precepts abstain from killing any living beings, from stealing, from sexual misconduct, from lying and intoxication. So as Shin Buddhists, when somebody asked you, what is your practice, what would you respond? Anybody? Nobody. Come on. Somebody came up to you. As a Buddhist, what do you do? What do you practice? Nembutsu. Okay, yeah. So I think that's really kind of one of the only things in Shin Buddhism, maybe the only thing in Shin Buddhism that you should do, right? And in Jodoshu, one of the other sects of Pure Buddhism, founded by Honen was the teacher of our founder, Shinran. In that school of Buddhism, they recite the Nembutsu a lot. Supposedly, Honen recited the Nembutsu 10,000 times a day. Shinran's view that you only have to recite it once with the proper feeling, right? That would be enough. So, but there are other things that, that are viewed as maybe Shin Buddhist practice. Here's what the late Reverend Taitetsu Uno, and Reverend Uno was one of the most influential Buddhist teachers here in the United States. He said in his book, Shin Buddhism, he wrote, quote, the most frequently asked question of Shin Buddhists is, what is your practice? The obvious answer is the practice of compassion. As Buddhists, our task is to manifest compassion in everyday life, beginning with members of our own family and extending it to all of society. So that's what he said. So if the practice is compassion, that should be simple, right? Or it would seem to be simple, but when you think about it, that practice in everyday life can be very, very difficult. The BCA website says, quote, our everyday life becomes our, quote, practice center. We must struggle with work, relationships, child rearing, caring for elderly parents, and the myriad experiences and responsibilities of our lives. So we must struggle with our own ego, right? That's what kind of gets in the way of the practice of compassion. Our own likes and dislikes cloud what's happening in our lives. Instead of compassion, we are apt to feel maybe envy, jealousy, anger, and frustration. For example, somebody at work makes a mistake, is really criticized the boss. The boss really comes down hard on that employee. So if our practice is compassion, we should feel for the person being criticized, right? No employee wants to be in that kind of position. We kind of should empathize. Maybe it's happened to us at one point or another. But in reality, we may not feel compassion. Maybe we don't like this person. Maybe this person annoys us. And we feel like the initial feeling is, oh, that person had it coming to them. And I think we all recall those kind of moments in our lives, right? Where our initial reaction is like, not of compassion, but, oh, yeah, I'm glad that this person had it coming for them for a long time. And that's kind of natural, right? But maybe we have to step back for this. Dr. Scott Mitchell is, he's the new president of the Institute of Buddhist Studies in Berkeley, and he wrote a blog post in November 2012 titled, "What is Shin Buddhist Practice?" In his post, Dr. Mitchell said, the heart of Shin Buddhist practice is to live your life, and he said, quote, to live your life mindfully, purposefully, and with compassion. To recognize that each and every person is embraced by the wisdom and compassion of the Buddha, and as such, you should treat them accordingly. He goes on to write, quote, there is no time to practice. Think about that. So he goes on to say, I'm practicing right now as I write this. You are practicing as you read this. Someday, you're going to get stuck in traffic or in some tedious meeting at work, or maybe you'll have to call your bank or your cable company, negotiate a confusing phone tree, and then talk to an incompetent customer service representative. You'll find yourself growing impatient, maybe even angry. Guess what? You're practicing. And you've got to find a way to meet each of those moments with humility and compassion. Those other drivers, the boring meeting, that customer service rep, they're all Buddhas. Treat them like it. Also, you don't have any special abilities that anyone else doesn't have. You're exactly the same as everyone else. You have just as many faults and imperfections as the customer service rep you're losing your patience with. And he probably thinks you're an idiot, and he might be right. You need to come to terms with that, and with the bald fact that our ideas about ourselves are largely a product of our own minds and have no basis in reality. Everything is a matter of perspective. Judging others as good or bad is a pointless waste of time. Okay, so unfortunately, it's in our nature to judge, right? And that's what we're doing when we have that moment of seeing somebody else get criticized. We're judging, oh, that person's bad, that person deserves it. So we look at the world not as it is, but as we like it to be, as we want it to be, as we think it is, right? As Buddhists, we try to recognize our nature to judge, right? That's one of the things, that seeing things as they are, taking that step back, realizing that we have these biases. This recognition is very important. Reverend Uno wrote that, quote, this awareness is the starting point of the Shin Buddhist path, unquote. I think for that realization, what do? We do that Buddhist practice of saying Namo Amida Butsu. Because I think being Shin Buddhist helps us realize, see that truth, right? Try to see things as they are. Try to see that person that is getting criticized, even if we don't like them, I mean, do they deserve being criticized? Do they deserve being called out in such a public way? I think we should empathize with that person. Step back, maybe. That still doesn't maybe change the fact we don't like the person, but you could still empathize. You could still feel compassion for somebody you don't like. that has treated you poorly maybe, you don't need to treat them in the same way. So I think being a Shin Buddhist, come to that realization. When we come to that realization, we say the Nembutsu, we say Namo Amida Butsu. So Dr. Mitchell, including his blog post, he asked, again, what is Shin Buddhist practice? Live your life. Every moment of every day, live your life with compassion and mindfulness, treating all people you meet like Buddhas. And do it now. Time's a-wasting, and your hair is on fire. So thank you very much for listening. Please join me in Gassho and reciting Nembutsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu.
Thank you, Dennis. So, as some of you know, I'm the temple president here, so I make lots of mistakes, so you can take Dennis's advice and treat me with compassion when you come up to me and tell me how I screwed up, and so I'm helping you become a good Buddhist by making mistakes. Okay, so we will now have Gatha Ondokusan II, which is on page 76 of the small service book.
If you wouldn't mind, please rise for singing Ondokusan. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Thank you. Please be seated.
I'd like to thank Rinban Sakamoto, Reverend Mikame, Minister's Assistants Sumi Tanabe and Dennis Akizuki, our organist Colleen Tsuchimoto, and our tech AV whatever person, Kevin Kitagawa in the back, our Wizard of Oz back there. So, are there any announcements from anyone?
Realize I need my glasses to read this. I'm Kevin Ross. I just wanted to remind people about the series of classes that's starting this Wednesday. The Buddhism Clearly and Simply. It's starting this Wednesday at 7 in the boardroom. They're taught by Reverend Akahoshi, and they'll be every 2 weeks on Wednesdays for a series of 3 classes. That's May 8th, 22nd, and June 5th. They'll also be on Zoom. The office will have the Zoom info. We'll send an email out with that. Let me know if you want to be added to the list for this and future classes. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Harriet Kawamata. I'm representing Eco Sangha today for the art contest we had recently for our Earth Day. And so there's a couple of people maybe here today that won prizes. We're hoping a couple of the adults are here. But Linda Ichinaga, who is in charge of the art contest every year, she asked me to just announce all the winners. So in category 1, pre-K through second and third. Place was Ethan Tsuchimoto. Second place was the Dharma School kindergarten class. The first place was second and third grade Dharma School class. In category 2, with 4th through 6th grade, first place, and the only entry was 5th and 6th grade Dharma School class. And the category 3, 7th grade, high school, first place was Alyssa, I guess her name, Nagatani. And they all got their awards. So the adults, hopefully they're here. Some of them have already got their prizes, but the third place was Natalie Okuhara. You want to come up and get your prize? If you like. You're welcome. Congratulations. Also, third place was Steve Ichinaga. Are you here, Steve? No? Okay, well, I know where to find him. Okay, and so just let you know, the second place is Patty Canetta, and first place is Arlene Maury for the adults. Thank you very much.
To repeat some announcements that were made at 9:30, so the Boy Scout troop is doing a Panda Express fundraiser tomorrow. So you order online, and this is really small print, but the online code would be 922159, if my eyesight is good enough here. Okay, so 922159. This is so. Every several years, they do a Hawaii trek trip over the summer. So this is to raise funds to help pay for their trip to Hawaii this summer. So thank you for that. Linda Ichinaga announced that there is a soul line dancing. They do it about once a month or something. So it's today at 11:30. So she mentioned the normal teacher is not able to be there today, but Linda is going to teach it with Lori Santo. So if you're interested in doing some line dancing and stuff, please attend. Let's see. Oh, and then the announcement I made. So in 2 weeks, we're having a Coast District Gotane service. So Gotane is our celebration of the birth of Shinran Shonin. I get Buddhism right once in a while. So because it's the 125th anniversary of the BCA, the ministers of the Coast District decided we're going to have a combined service for that. So we're going to have Bishop Harada here. Reverend Shinseki from Monterey is going to be our guest speaker. We'll also have our normal annual infant presentation at 8:30, but then at 10:30 we'll have the Gotane service, which is going to start off with a Chigo parade. So out in front, there's a table being manned by Moshel Katakura and Linda Onishi. And if you have children or grandchildren or just children you know, let's see, what are the ages between 5 and 10? 3 and 10? Something like that. I know you can go up to probably at least 5th grade. You can participate in the Chigo parade, but they need people to sign up. Make sure we have enough of the Chigo costumes and all of that sort of thing. So I actually wrote about this. I know some of you don't read the Dharma, but if you read the Dharma, my Dharma article this past month was about the Gotane service and specifically about the Chigo parade, and I actually stole a couple paragraphs out of our centennial booklet from 2002 that described what the Chigo is and the Chigo parade is. And I didn't know until I read that why there's 2 dots on the kids. So in my article, there's a picture of me participating in Chigo parade in the early 60s when the Gomonshu was doing a nationwide or some sort of tour of some of the BCA temples that year. So it wasn't one. And then we did a Chigo parade in 2002, right, for our 100th anniversary of this temple. So there was a Chigo parade there, and so we had, that was a big one. This is going to be much smaller than that one. And it's only, so that one went out into the street, right? That went quite a ways out. This one, the children are going to walk from the annex to the Hondo. That's it. It's very short. So anyway, so if you know any kids in that age range who want to participate, please have them sign up for that. And then there's a luncheon that follows in the annex as well. And you would need to pre-order the bentos for that, so those are $20, and those orders have to be in by this Thursday or something like that. So if you're interested in doing that, please get your money into the temple office, okay? And that's also being sold outside. Thanks, Steve. Anything else? Heads up, we're going to have our second One Sangha event on the last day of Dharma School, which is June 9th. So if you remember what we did a month or two ago, we had hot dogs and chili, or free lunch. And again, this is Rinban Sakamoto's idea for just the congregation to come together. And usually what we do is come to service, and then we all go our separate ways. And this is a chance for everybody to just sit down and to do a bad imitation of Rinban Sakamoto. Sit down, talk story. I can't do a Hawaiian accent. Yeah. My dad's born in Maui, and my brothers can do Hawaiian accents. I can't do pidgin English. So anyway, but again, it's just a chance to sit down and talk with people. Some you know, maybe somebody you don't know very well. So again, that's coming up on June 9th. The menu this time is going to be fried rice and curry rice. And the reason for that is our golf tournament event this past Monday, we had a lot of rice left over. So that's in the freezer. That's going to go to fried rice. And then Nikkei Matsuri was a week ago, and BWA served curry for that day, but they didn't sell as much as they thought. So there's a lot of leftover vegetables from that. So that's why you're getting curry as well. You know, waste not, want not. So any other announcements? No? Okay, so thank you for attending. You're welcome to come up and do a gassho. Thank you.